Hello again, everybody. So today is the day of release of Rise of the Floodborn at all local good shops and local game shops. It's very exciting. I've got the two structure decks to open, so I'll be doing two videos for that, and I have also got a box of the Rise of the Floodborn, but that will probably come out next week or the week after, because I'm waiting for the other half of Quest for Two to be here for that. And then we'll probably show you also a structure deck gameplay video, which will be really exciting. So, as I say, I don't really know what's in either of these decks, but today we are opening the Amethyst-Steel structure deck. I assume it's got a lot to do with the new Merlin cards and the new Princess and the Frog cards. I know that this channel is very, very good, so I'm very excited. Let's get into it. This is the decks themselves are they only released two this time. They didn't do anything with red or green in it, so it's just this deck as the Amethyst-Steel, and then there is an Amber Sapphire as well. As I say, I'll be opening that later. It's a very interesting decision to only have two starter decks this time. They call them starter decks still, yes, instead of structure decks. So I think they're still very much on the onboarding process of the game. Here we are. Wonderful. Throw that over there. And then we have the deck itself, our lovely pack, and the rules. So I'm curious as to whether they've changed anything in here. They will have added a strategy guide. That's all the same. And then the other side, they've properly explained shift. Unless they did that in the last one, I don't remember it doing that though. Nothing appears to have changed, except obviously the hints and tips for the deck itself, which is very exciting. So we'll just have a quick read of that. So it says, create a powerful presence with tricky transformations. The versatility of these inks allows for plenty of fun combinations. The potent new resist ability, which reduces damage, helps Kronk, Junior Chipmunk, and Tiana Celebrating Princess stick around. Use Mouse Armor to give them another resist +1 and make them yet more difficult to defeat. Even tough characters like Lawrence, Jellens, Manservant, and Eli LaBeouf, Big Daddy, can only take so much damage. Madam Mim Snake can help. When you play her for just 2 ink, you have to return a character to your hand. Choose one who's damaged and you can play them again later, or fully restored. Or combine Mim's ability with your... Oh, sorry, that just says fully restored. Or combine Mim's ability with your choice of Merlin cards to take advantage of his powerful abilities again and again. The Amethyst and Steel deck rewards creative use of card combinations to rack up lore while keeping your characters safe. Good luck. All in all, sounds very promising, very exciting. I'm very curious to see what cards are in here. I have seen all the cards that have been released, and for that reason, I know what's kind of good and what's not. I forgot we also have the counters and the new tracker, and the new. Oh, that is very. I much prefer that to the last one. The lore counter, that is really nice. So, what to open first? I think we go into the pack first. So, Rise of the Floodborn, we have one of the Queen of Hearts cards on the front here. I'll admit I'm not particularly certain of what each one does yet, but I will become familiar. I'm a really huge fan of the new Floodborn aesthetic, I must say. It's not too different from the previous one, but if they manage to keep this up with all the sets, because I know I'm for Yu-Gi-Oh background, and they change the colors, and each color has like a meaning, and then they do the monocycle. So I'm curious if they do that with this style, or whether they'll have a unique style for each one. But all in all, it's all very exciting. Let's crack into this one. Apologies. And we'll start, put that away. So the first card is Nothing to Hide. That is really good. I think this is probably the best card of the set, or at least, especially in the common slot. Like, each opponent reveals a hand, draw a card. Like, that is absolutely crazy, especially for Inkball 1 cost it just gives them a draw, and they have hand knowledge. That is absolutely crazy to me. Grumpy, Bad Tempered. Your other 7 Dwarfs characters get +1 power. That's these cards are awesome. I really hope to get a full set of them because they have the artwork in the background, which is really exciting. I'm Stuck. Winnie the Pooh. Chosen exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn. Also, a very powerful 1-cost inkable card, also in common. Very exciting. Go the Distance, new red song, ready chosen damage character of yours. They can't quest for the rest of this turn and draw a card. This, like, red has needed draw power, so this is really amazing. Ratigan, Criminal Mastermind. He's got Evasive. I mean, solid card. Also common. The Vanilla Hercules, 2-cost. I've noticed that with the Floodborn cards that any Floodborn card can be shifted onto normally a vanilla card. I mean, there might be some exemptions to that, but as far as I'm aware, I think they all have a vanilla that they can go on top of. Zero to Hero, very good. Count the number of characters you have in play. You pay that amount of ink less for the next character you play. I really think this is going to be perfect slot into Steel Song. Nick World, Wily Fox. When you play this character, you may return an item card named Popsicle from your discard to your hand. It depends on what Popsicle's like. I think, from what I've seen, Popsicle is very versatile. But I don't know whether this will be quite as good because it's quite specific. You Can Fly, the next uncommon card. So chosen character gains Evasive until the start of your next turn. Solid. I don't know whether it will be played, but it is a very good tech option. Our rare is Perplexing Signposts. Banish this item, return chosen character of yours to your hand. Works perfectly with the new Merlin cards. So that's a very cool addition, very exciting. Oh, we got a super rare. Arthur Wizard's Apprentice. This is really good for the Merlin strategy, and I know that is in the structure deck, so that's a really cool addition. That's really exciting. I hope I'm tempted to play the Merlin cards if Rose, the other part of Quest for 2, doesn't take the purple cards for her deck. So, but I'm curious. That is really good though. And then our foil is a common Jasmine. When you play this character, remove up to 1 damage from chosen character of yours. Solid 1-cost. I mean, good for Princess Healing, really, isn't it? And then the thing, it's going to be the swimming mini. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well, we're going to do what you've really come here for now, and that is the structure deck itself. Or starter deck, I should say. I keep calling it structure deck because that's what I'm used to calling it. So we have the starter deck. Very, as I say, we will do a demo video of the 2 structure decks against each other to help you make a decision on which one you would prefer to buy if you're going to be playing at your local game shop. And the perfect top card here is Merlin Shapeshifter. Whenever one of your other characters is returned to your hand from play, this character gets +1 lore pip this turn. So for those of you who don't know, the Merlin cards are all about having an effect on play and when it leaves play. So that could be bounced or banished. By bounced, I mean sent back to hand or banished. Either way, it's considered as leaving play. So the idea is that you're going to use the Madam Mim cards to return the Merlin cards to your hand to proc their effects, and then all in the meanwhile giving Merlin some more lore pips for him to then quest for 3 or 4 on your turn. So that's really cool. Merlin. Our other good card, I suppose, is the Tiana Celebrating Princess, the other foil. This has resist +2. Absolutely marvelous. Resist, I'm worried is going to be a bit too busted. Because this practically makes it a 1/6. And then, but instead of being 1/6, it's kind of 1 infinity because it just negates the first two damage each time. Like you want to play grab your swords, it won't do anything. You want to play fire the cannons, won't do anything. It's crazy. And her effect is, while this character is exerted and you have no cards in your hand, opponent can't play actions. Which I don't know whether that will come up. I've not seen any gameplay with it in. I know that she is played, but I don't know if that's just for the resist +2 or for what you give is what you get. Okay, that is our super rare. Now onto the deck itself. We'll go through our commons. So we have Chip the Teacup. Chip is fundamentally a reprint of Archimedes, which is fair enough. It's nice to have a little bit of flavour in there. And we get 3 Chip the Teacup. Next is Dr. Facilier, Savvy Opportunist. I don't think this is the best Dr. Facilier. We've definitely got some better ones. Another Shift Target, which is exciting. And he has Evasive, but he only has 1 quest here. And there are 2 of him. Next, we have the undisputable best card in the set, Hey Hey Persistent Presence, Dreamborn Ally. And just look at this quote. Power, beauty, hey hey. That just sums up the entire set. And when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand. So good recursion. It's a 2-cost inkable. It's like Marshmallow. It can keep coming back to your hand. And there are 3 of them. Next, we have Kuzco, Wanted Llama. When this character is banished, you may draw a card. Solid option, really. It's like the opposite to Maleficent, obviously, which happens when you enter play. This one is a lot hard to do multiple times, though, so that's probably why it's a lot cheaper. Although having a power of 1 makes it very hard to play in general. It makes it not so great. And there are 3. Okay, now we're on to the Madam Mim and Merlin cards, which is really exciting. They put a fox in here, which is cool, because this is a rare. So when you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character of yours to your hand. That effect, although it's called Chasing the Rabbit here, this is consistent with all Madam Mim cards. They all have this similar effect. They bounce a number to your hand, or it has to be banished on play. And then this one has Rush when it's played. 4/3, 3-cost. Pretty good. Get 1 of her because she's a rare. Madam Mim's Snake, uncommon. Same effect. When you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character of yours to your hand. Because the whole point is that it's like a wizard stool where they're transforming into each other's oppositions. It's very... if you haven't seen Sword in the Stone, it is a classic film. It is really worth the watch. And you get 3 Madam Mim Snake. And then we're on to the Merlins. One of the Madam Mims is a legendary, which is the dragon one. Obviously, they've not put that in here for clear reasons, but definitely need to pick that up if you were wanting to play this Merlin deck. So we've got Merlin Crab. When you play this character and when he leaves play, chosen character gains Challenger +3 this turn. He's probably the worst of the Merlins. The other ones are just a little bit better, but he's still good in his own right. So we have him, and we get only 2 of him. We next have Merlin Goat, uncommon. When you play this character and when he leaves play, gain 1 lore. This is just crazy. Because I didn't show you the effect, but Arthur, whenever a card is returned to your hand, you can gain 2 lore. So with this, it's like you play him with Arthur on the field, play him, gain a lore, bounce to your hand, gain 3. And that's in 1 turn. It's crazy. So that's really good. And we get generous, 3 of him. We have Merlin Rabbit, another rare. When you play this character and when he leaves play, you may draw a card. So he's like Goat, but he draws instead. Also going to be really good. I still think Maleficent is probably a little bit better just because she's inkable. But to be honest, at this stage of the game, it is probably worth playing both. Card draw is just fundamental. He's just let down by not being inkable, being obviously 1 cost higher and having 1... oh no, he has 1 more willpower actually. Okay, maybe he's better, but I'm undecided. He's a rare, you only get 1 of him. Merlin Squirrel. When you play this character and when he leaves play, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or bottom. So he's pretty much the exact same as Yzma from set 1, but he's on play or when he leaves play. He's probably a direct upgrade, power crept version of Yzma, to be honest. I can't remember her cost, but I think it's 2, and she is inkable as well. She's probably got better stats though, but that doesn't make a difference really, because if this leaves play, you get the same effect. So, and we get 2 of him. A reprint, Freeze. This was in the first set as well. you just exert chosen opposing character. You get 2 of that. I'm Stuck. Chosen exerted character can't ready at the next turn. Killer combo with Freeze and I'm Stuck. The main issue with Freeze is that it's uninkable, which really does cause an issue with it. But I'm Stuck, I think, is actually really good. Some people disagree with me, but I genuinely think it's really good. Watch as it gets played. Okay, and that's all the Amethyst cards. So next we're on to the Steel cards. So these are all in alphabetical order for each, which is really quite convenient. So Beast, Forbidding Recluse. So one of the legendary cards, not legendary cards, these legendary cards. One of the legendary cards in this set is, well, 2 of them is actually beasts. One's a Floodborn, and one is just a green beast. So Beast is definitely one of the favoured among the R&D department. But this one is when you play this character, you may deal 1 damage to chosen opposing character. Solid steel card, really. It's as steel as you can get, isn't it? Next, we have one of the new Raya cards, Raya and the Last Dragon. We have Benja, Guardian of the Dragon Gem. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. Exact same effect as Beast from the first set, but with, I believe, Beast only has 1 Lord Pip, and he's definitely not got as good stats, but he comes into play earlier, so that's probably better, to be honest. Next, we have Cinderella Knight in Training. She was the first of the Knight cards to be revealed alongside, well, Cinderella was her counterpart, her Floodborn counterpart was. And when you play this character, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card, which is basically the same as Simba, but still a really good card. And you get 2. We have Eli LaBeouf, Big Daddy, or LaBeouf, I believe. Eli LaBeouf, Big Daddy. Vanilla, 2 Lord Pip, 4 cost, Inkable, 2/5. Make your own judgment on whether vanillas are still worth playing in today's day and age. They probably are in some instances, especially the new Goofy is probably somewhat playable. Next, we have the same Hercules that I got in the pack, and we get 2 of him. Kronk, rare card here. Kronk, resist +1. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may deal 2 damage to chosen character. So once you've banished a character, it doesn't matter who does the banishing, as long as it's on your turn, you can deal 2 damage to another character, which is really quite good. Being a 6 cost might hinder him, but otherwise, no, very good card. And I assume we've only got 1 of him. Yep. Next, uncommon, Lawrence Jealous Manservant. While this character has no damage, he gets +4 power. So this is really situational, I suppose. I don't think it's particularly good, because you have to keep healing him to give him power, otherwise he's just kind of sitting there. But I suppose he needs to be answered with his question for 2 lore, but there's no punishment for your opponent for dealing with him. They can just crash and they won't take any damage, so I don't think he's that good, but obviously the instructions think differently. A reprint of Lilo Galactic Hero. Always lovely to see our little friend. She, her and Stitch made quite a splash, pun intended, in the first set. Lilo got the dirty end of the stick. I mean, she has a very good, Amber card, which was played, but she only got 2 cards in that set, and obviously this one was definitely not as playable. Still though, it's nice to see that reprint. And same with Prince Eric, nice to see that reprint as well. This was in the previous structure deck too, so that's quite cheeky. But it's still exciting. I'm still glad they are adding some reprints in already, because it gives me hope for the future, really, that cards aren't just going to be super expensive, because I haven't opened a single Bell Strange but Special, and if I want to play blue, I need one, so I really hope that those prices come down. Prince Naveen, 4/3, 3 cost, 1 Lord Pip. I mean, there are definitely better cards than that, but look at him. It's Prince Naveen. You get 3 of him. We're now on to the Huntsman, Reluctant Enforcer from Snow White. A rare card. Whenever this character quests, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. Very good. I mean, it's just another means of drawing and discarding. It's very good that Steel has this like hand filtering ability that makes drawing the uninkables not as big of a deal. Next is uncommon the Prince, Bodyguard and Resist. I think this is probably one of the best resist cards, maybe second to Tiana because of this. Although I believe the Big Cinderella also has resist, which is probably better. But the fact he's Bodyguard and he has resist, it makes him really hard to deal with. No, I think he's really good. It's just the one power that's going to be letting him down, and you got two of him. Next, Tiana Diligent Waitress, the vanilla of Tiana. 1 cost 1/3. I mean, all in all, I think that card is not bad. That is 3. We have Last Cannon, 1 cost ink ball. You pay 1 ink and banish the item to give a chosen character challenger +3. I don't think that's too good, but I understand like the theming of it. That like it's like you're making a shot to try and give some more power, which is really, I like the theming of that. And you get 2. Down to the last few cards here, last 2 in fact, and I think they're both mouse armor. So you exert it, and then the chosen character gets resist +1 to the start of your next turn, which is like really good. And yeah, that's the last 2 cards. All in all, that deck it is pretty exciting. It's got a nice mix of cards in there. It's got a good mix of the new steel cards, and it's nice to see that they've immediately put the new Amethyst, Merlin, and Madame Mim in, and really trying to like encourage you to play those, because that was a really big deal when those were all being revealed. No one quite knew how many there were going to be, and I imagine that they've left room to make more in the future. So all in all, very good deck. We'll have to see how it performs in a week or two when I play against Rose. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Bye bye.